let's talk about something. So I brought some tools. You saw I had some tools in case that something goes wrong. God, it's always good to be prepared. You know, especially when you go off-road, you want to have all the lightest shit. You don't want to bring anything too much. You pack minimally, but I would say 60% of the stuff I have with me is just stuff in case. It's just like plan B stuff. I've got wrenches for my front and rear axle. I got the standard hex. I got this is just the standard wrenches that this bike uses. And I brought a front tube, which is here's a little fun fact. I've never had to do it yet, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to use it. I brought, so on dual sport, it's got 21-inch tires on the front and 18-inch tires in the back usually. So you can't really bring, I mean, you can, I guess. You can bring both tubes if you want to, but that takes up space and it's heavy and stuff. And the likelihood that you're going to get a flat tire is really not very high. But if you have to choose one to bring, choose to bring the 21-incher, the front end, because in a pinch, I guess, I don't know if any of you get the pun. In a pinch, if you get a pinch flat, I suck. You can, oh, here's some dirt. In a pinch, you can use that 21-incher on the back to get you back to civilization. Here we go. So this is going to be like 50 miles of just dirt road. That probably ain't shit for some of you guys in the States who basically just like live on farmland where just dirt roads are abound. But over here, dindos, these off-road trails are becoming less and less. You know, like they're all gradually getting paved. The Walk Island used to be full of dindos, I hear, but just like they got so many jobs, people doing road construction. I don't know why, because nobody even is out here. But gradually, all of these roads are getting all paved up. Oh, you suck. We turn back to pave. That was the shittiest attempt at a wheelie I've ever seen in my whole life. Another thing too. I got lucky. You know, I've gotten lucky a few times as far as, well, I mean, I've been lucky in the worst type of way, because I had my GoPro, bought my GoPro in like 3 weeks after I bought my GoPro. It was running when I got into that crash on my CBR 600, and it was like, man, I bought this GoPro just in time, because I would have been, the old man was a lying sack of crap. And things wouldn't have gone my way with insurance if I hadn't had the video evidence. Another thing too, as far as being prepared, you know, up until about a month ago, I hadn't been wearing legit motorcycle boots. I've had these kind of tennis shoes looking boots that are basically just good for abrasion. Oh, look at this Haikyo here. Basically just good for abrasion and maybe some ankle support, but they're not stiff. I mean, they're okay. They're better than shoes, but they're not much better than shoes, I think. But that's the best I had, and motorcycle gear is expensive, so when I go off-road, I'd wear those shoes. And you know, I was lucky enough that nothing really happened while I was wearing them. But I started doing a little bit more hardcore stuff. Not that really, I don't really do anything that hardcore, but basically I got a little better, and I saw the possibility that I could get hurt decently out here. So I was like, you know what? I laid down some cash. I bought these boots, about 400 bucks. That's a lot, you know. It's like you think, you know, if a new PlayStation, if like a PlayStation 5 came out tomorrow, and it was 500 bucks or 400 bucks, I think I'd put that purchase off for a while. I'd be like, I don't know, 400 bucks. But somehow I convinced myself to buy some expensive motorcycle boots. Cut a couple of weeks later, talking about my leg, by the way, that's all fucked up right now. Cut to a couple of weeks later, and I'm like, I got the boots. Finally, I feel like, okay, I got the gear I need. I want to go to the racetrack. There's like a motocross enduro course. It's got the boots, head of the course, and I'm riding, and I'm really slow, and I'm really shitty at it. But the more I ride, my confidence just starts growing and growing and growing and growing, and it grew way faster than my ability. I got going faster and faster and faster, and finally this corner came up, and I coming in a little too hot, probably not for anybody else, but for my own ability. I was going a little too fast, and I rode this corner a little high, and my front tire basically like rammed into this hard, like this big old dirt clod, I think. I mean, it all happened so fast, but my front suspension compressed in the back, and I basically did a stoppie over the handlebars. And the bike kind of flew, and I flew, and when it came down, it completely smashed my leg against the ground, between the ground and the bike. And I thought for sure I'd broken my leg. It hurt, really, like a really intense pain. No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry at all. Not even a little bit. I waited for my friend to come. I don't know why I turned off the camera. Just like, you know, it's like whenever there's a fight or something on YouTube, somebody gets punched and somebody gets freaked out, and they stop filming for some reason. I don't know what I did that, but as soon as I crashed, I got up, took off my helmet, turned off my camera. Oh, this is cool. What is? Oh, it's just a bridge, I guess. Woo! Failed. Kind of. So yeah, this is a shitty window. I mean, it's a nice road, but it's a shitty window. So I thought for sure it was broken, really intense pain. Waited for my friend to come in. He picked up my bike, and I got on the bike, and he picked it up for me, and he turned it around, and I got on the bike, and I basically just rode back to the parking lot. And I took off my boots, and it was just like, it's like a snake had swallowed a cat. Not that bad. Like, it was like a snake swallowed a rat. And my leg was just like swollen, and I thought, damn, I broke my leg. I fractured it at least. I thought for sure I'd fractured it. Long story short, went to the hospital, didn't fracture it, but I've got the worst bruise I've ever had in my life, and it's swelling, and there's like got some internal bleeding going on, and it's all like settling down on my foot, so I've got this crazy pressure in my foot right now. And you know, I could complain, and my ankle's black, because my ankle got pinched too, and I could complain and I could complain, but goddamn am I glad I was prepared with those boots, because if I hadn't had those boots, number one, I probably wouldn't have gone to the racetrack and would have gotten a crash, but let's ignore that. If I hadn't had the boots, I would have definitely broken my leg and my ankle, and that would have been expensive, and it would have been off the bike, definitely, and I would be in a lot more pain. So let's just say it pays to be prepared. Wow. So don't skimp. Don't skimp. You're gonna hate it. And let's say I don't need the tools I brought. If somebody else needs them and I brought them, god damn, I'm a hero, you know? Anyways, take it easy, guys.